hello.
Well, hello. This is a wonderful surprise. We have with us today our dear tech Mike Carr. Michael, thank you for joining us.
Of course, Gwen. I'm happy to be here. My dialect is going to change numerous times throughout the show, and I can't wait to try out new dialects.
I was hoping you would do the accent.
Of course.
Fantastic. Welcome, everyone. We are doing a two-part celebration of the Baking Bash. It's been a long quarantine, which sounds like a Billy Joel song, doesn't it?
It does. Quarantine. A time. I don't know how it would go.
It's melismatic for Billy Joel.
Yes.
You're pushing his skills. Fantastic. So we're doing a celebration because we started this show in March of 2020. March of 2020.
That's so long ago.
It's so long ago. It's decades, truly.
Emotional decades. Emotional decades.
Emotional decades, yes. Which is maybe maybe like a song by what's his name? I can see it calling in the air tonight.
Oh yes, Phil Collins.
Collins, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I was having trouble remembering. I almost said the late great, but now I don't know if he's dead.
No, he's still alive. In fact, Genesis, his band, is going back on tour.
Oh my goodness, that's what everyone's wanted. Truly, that's what we all wanted out of this quarantine.
Yes, it brought Genesis back together.
Yes, absolutely. Regis Z Live says that feels like 14 months ago. A monthos I take to be like a pantheon of months. That's what it sounds like to me. A monolith of months.
Yes, multiple months, all stacked up on top of each other, coming in from the sides, but it only counts as one.
Yes, and it's like a miniature donuts. They only count as one.
That's true. You can eat 25 mini donuts. That's only the equivalent of one single donut.
Facts.
Baking fact. Baking fact. Boom.
Boom. Look at us pioneering things even a year later. Now I've got a whole new accent myself.
Look at that. We're on our own little dialect roller coaster.
We are indeed. So this month we will be revisiting some of our favorite moments from the past year. We're going to catch up with some of our favorite videos. And then next month we will have the greatest bash celebration we've ever had. And we're going to send off into summer with getting new videos, hopefully the aim is to have everyone who's ever been on the show. If you've been on the show, this is my challenge to you.
Yes.
Make a video.
The call is out. Make a video for the ultimate great baking bash. Julie will be back in the tent. She'll be back ready to have a beautiful send-off to one of the pioneering shows that was right here on the Twitch, not on this just necessarily on this Twitch stream, but this was one of the original earlier shows that started up during the pandemic. So
it's true. It's very true. We'll have new bakes, new quizzes. I'm going to have a quiz for all of you. I'll have a whole glass of Malibu. I still have that Malibu.
Really?
I really do.
That's impressive that you were able to stave it off throughout the quarantine.
One can only drink so much Malibu, is what I've discovered.
That's very true. That's very true.
Well, let's start off with a new video. Ooh, yes. Well, we couldn't let a month go by. If you don't follow Lauren Chapper on all of the socials, and Lauren, please post your socials in the chat. I want to put them up on a banner. But if you follow her, you will know that not only does she do them once every month for our show, she does them weekly. Weekly. So if you want more Lauren, and who doesn't? Then check her out on her socials. We'll figure it out, Lauren. Whenever you get them, we'll put them up. And meanwhile, let's check in with the latest video from Lauren, which I'm very excited to show you.
Yes, here we go.
Hi, I'm Lauren, and today we are going to be making a vintage-style chocolate mayonnaise cake. The title is very misleading. There will be no mayonnaise in this cake.
Lies!
In a matter of speaking, mayonnaise is basically eggs and oil. That's what's really in mayonnaise, and eggs and oil are normal cake ingredients. So instead of just pouring a bunch of Hellmann's in our cake mix, which I would never do because I'm not a monster, we're going to be making our own mayonnaise out of cake ingredients, eggs, and oil. Some people can enjoy putting mayonnaise into things, but I will not be doing that. For this recipe, we will need flour, sugar, cocoa powder, vanilla, baking soda, baking powder, and mayonnaise. I mean, it is mayonnaise, but mayonnaise, which we'll be making out of oil, eggs, and lemon. For our buttercream, we're going to be using powdered sugar, butter, vanilla, and some milk. And this is no shade on anyone who wants to, no. I would never put straight mayonnaise in a cake, ever. It's just eggs and oil. So many mayonnaise.
What's the difference between
So we're gonna make mayonnaise first. I have my 2 egg yolks.
It's a good question. I'm sure Kat will know. We'll have to ask
They
her.
were room temperature, which took a very long time, and no egg whites. So the egg yolks are there. We're going to add in our lemon, and then we're going to whisk it for a while.
We have a comment from Dan.
Yes. He was not told he was eating mayonnaise cake. This is the drama
Now,
ensues.
Drop by drop. That's what the instructions said. We're supposed to add a whole cup of oil. First, this is a lot of oil too, right?
It is a lot of oil.
I'm also trying to understand why vintage recipes especially would include mayonnaise as a replacement for eggs and oil.
It's probably just what they had on hand.
Mayonnaise easier to come by than eggs and oil? That must be it, right?
Perhaps it
Why
keeps
would you?
longer?
Why would you?
Is it a preservative factor?
I don't know.
It could be. It could
We
be.
made our mayonnaise.
Ooh. Look at that.
It looks like mayonnaise,
It looks a bit like lemon
but also
meringue.
it doesn't. It looks like mixture for
I don't know about it.
and it definitely doesn't smell like mayonnaise because mayonnaise has a very distinct smell. Some recipes said in addition to lemon juice, you could put vinegar instead. Some said you could include mustard.
Yes.
But now we're going to mix our dry ingredients and add in our mayonnaise.
Lauren definitely has opinions about mayonnaise.
Yes, definitely. No, I tried to make my own mayonnaise once. It didn't work out. Perhaps I'll take notes.
Yes. I don't have the courage to try.
I do know why. I was doing it by hand because that's what the instructions said, and because I want to use my standing mixer for the buttercream, which is much harder to do by hand. But this already is going to take a while. Making the mayonnaise itself took like 20 minutes. Far too long.
She really hates mayonnaise.
She does indeed. She feels strongly, which I respect.
She can't even say the word mayonnaise without throwing in a jab at it.
Water. And when I first saw it, the recipe wanted us to add a cup and a half of water. I was like, that seems silly. But this batter is quite dry, so that makes more sense now. So we're still only supposed to add in our vanilla and our water. So.
That is a lot of water.
That is.
I'm sure people need to stay hydrated.
Our butter is good. I was surprised that I poured water into the cake and mixed it and it looked like this. I was imagining it looking gross, but it didn't. It also reminds me very much of when you make box cake. I think water is normally an ingredient, which made me think of the time I was telling Boy I was dating about like box cake recipes I was doing, and he started being like, oh, did you know that they used to have less ingredients in a box cake, but then they started adding more? And I was like, oh, that's really cool. I add a lot of ingredients when I make box cake. And then he goes, I'm not done talking. I'm trying to tell you something really, really cool, and you just won't listen. Even though he already like said everything. And
Drag him, Lauren. Drag him.
Anyway, I wrote that one down because no, thank you. We have our our mixture, we're going to put it in cupcake tins. I was originally going to put it in a full cake, but cupcakes are just more portable. They're easier to store, and so that's what we're going to be using.
She is indeed, love. What a fool.
Yes. What a fool indeed.
So we have 2.5 tins of cupcakes, which I think is satisfactory. Our oven is set to 350 degrees. We're going to put them in for maybe 15 minutes. I think that sounds right. Let's try 15 minutes. It might be less, it might be more.
Lauren, are you guessing? That is beyond
We're
impressive.
going to start making our buttercream now. We're going to use our seasoning mixer. The directions say just combine everything. So that's what we're going to do.
That's nice and easy. Just throw it all in there.
Yes, it is. KitchenAid, who notably have not sponsored us despite many tweets at
All right,
them.
so we have our
They've had opportunity. They dropped the ball.
They
did.
Done. At the last minute, I did make it more of a cream cheese frosting, just because I prefer that. But we have a lot of cupcakes, and we gotta frost them now.
That explains the 15-minute guess. The oven is not reliable.
You know, I've heard that ovens can be up to 50 degrees
Our
incorrect.
cupcakes are done.
I've heard that.
There's so many of them. Way too many for just Dan and I. I should have quartered the recipe, not even halved, quartered it, but we're gonna try one, and I am very, very interested to see how it is.
Yes, this
Mayo cake.
mayo cake.
It's good. It's honestly, it's a normal chocolate cake with cream cheese frosting, which is good.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
I don't think I will make cupcakes this way anymore because making the mayonnaise took so long. But I will say it was overall a success. Hooray for our vintage recipe of chocolate mayonnaise cupcakes. Bye everyone.
Goodbye, Lauren.
Well, Lauren is now a mayonnaise convert. She's done it.
She's done it. We've done it, friends.
It
What-
was a day we've been waiting for.
Indeed, truly. And you know, she's right in that you put eggs and you put oil into cakes anyway. So really, you're just prolonging the process.
Yes, very true. Very true. And look at Dan Chapper. Hooray for mayo. I never thought I'd hear him say that.
Yes, hooray for mayo. Dan Chapper. We are changing people. We are changing them. Fantastic. Regis Z, yes, huzzah.
Huzzah indeed.
Beautiful. Well, let's take a walk down memory lane, shall we? That was nice. Now let's watch
It was.
videos.
Very good.
Yes, very good. We have currently a video from one of my very favorites. My favorite and yours, the unrefined quarantine kitchen
Oh,
beef. Or
these videos are fantastic.
oh, excellent! This is actually our Oscar-winning baker.
Yes.
Oh,
Is this the correct video?
it is now.
Oh, whoops.
Whoops. And this was back when everything was going backwards. Our dear friend Benton took up his filmography, cinematographic, and I could watch this all day. It's amazing.
Don't we all, Regis Z Live?
Good to know. Oh, maple syrup. before. This is how I ended up
Yes.
right back.
Unfortunately, you can't unpour Malibu that's been poured down your throat.
Well, you can, but it doesn't end up so neatly as Benton's did.
Ah,
Yes,
very true.
very true. Beautiful. So we love Benton. Benton's videos are beautiful. They are art. And I look forward to seeing what Benton does next. We also have some of our very favorite bakers. This is one of my favorite bakes because I think it's the only time that a baker has admitted to a crime on our
Oh,
show.
yes.
Yes. So we're going to take you now to the unrefined or quarantine kitchen. Oh my
Ooh, very nice.
crowd favorites.
I'll go ahead and I believe I've got it right. I think I've got it right this time, Gwen. And I'm sorry that I made the mistake and jumped to the Oscar video. I feel like such a fool.
You are a fool, but you're a lovely fool.
Oh, thank
You're a
you.
fool. You're a fool for baking.
Oh, I feel an accent change coming on. Oh, thank you.
Oh, it's happening. Oh no. Oh no.
Yes,
It's happening.
quite.
Yeah.
Quite. Dialect check.
Now, let's us watch
Quite.
the unrefined kitchen.
Yes, here we go.
Yes.
Start the video.
So when I was 18, one of my friends convinced me that stop signs were optional after 6 p.m.
Megan.
Unquestioningly believed him. I was just like, oh, cool, yeah, that makes sense. And I just kept driving, and we were driving to breakfast. We finally came to a stop sign, and he was like, Meg, you gotta stop. I was joking. Please stop at the stop sign. It was like, yeah.
So you were getting breakfast after 6 p.m.
All right, today we're making
Scones.
yeah.
Oh, scone, you better don't.
I just want to say that I actually don't approve of any of these.
There's going to be so many fun.
So, scones are actually a pretty simple recipe. The only ingredients we have are flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt. Oh fuck, I forgot the salt. Hang on.
This
Kosher salt! Not
cut.
and salt. Not just because Carolyn is Jewish, but also because kosher salt is great in baking.
Megan.
What?
David is also my grandpa too. Yeah.
Oh my god, did he invent salt?
No.
Oh. Heavy cream, butter, sugar, and we're adding chocolate chips stolen from Michael and cinnamon.
See, Michael helps for once. Okay.
So take the bowl, and the
Oh, I
first
missed
thing we're going to do is add all the dry ingredients. So the flour, half a teaspoon of baking soda,
Be careful, dude.
1/4 cup of white sugar.
Yes.
Amazing. And 2 teaspoons of baking powder.
It's true. There are so many windows, yet so much shade.
Yes.
We're going to practice our whisking skills again. Are you ready?
I'm so ready. Well, at least I'm getting better.
To be honest, all you have to do is combine it. So once everything's
Okay.
generally mixed together, you're good.
It's generally mixed together.
We have right here a whole ass stick of butter cut into pieces,
Oh.
chilled. With
ass-
pastry,
Whole
it's
ass
really
stick of
important that
butter.
you use chilled butter. Because otherwise it just if it's room temperature, it just melts when you put it in the oven and then it's a mess. And you get shit all over your oven.
I don't want shit on my oven.
Therefore, use chilled butter. So,
Fair.
so then we're just going to take these into pieces and we're going to work it in with our hands.
Oh my.
Okay? And you're going to want to work it so that you start to get little pea-sized pieces.
Yes.
Let me see you work it. Can we play Missy Elliott in the background? Oh, I want to see you work it.
Yes.
Reverse it. Something, 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 Missy Elliott.
Michael, can you provide some background vocals in the style of Missy Elliott?
Can you sing Missy Elliott's Work It?
Just do it.
Yes, you are worth it. Yes.
What are you doing? What?
Okay, so all the butter has been worked in.
Perfect.
So now Carolyn is going to make a well. So if you don't know what
I
it's like,
love
what
this
it means to
because
make
it's
a
one of
well,
my favorite episodes where everyone is involved.
Yeah. The whole team is
And then once they
contributing.
make the well, they're going to take the heavy cream
and dump it in there, as well as
Everyone's
one
favorite
egg.
improv suggestion: in the bottom of a well.
Yes.
Amazing.
It's a very good improv suggestion.
It is.
I can do eggs.
Now all the ingredients are here. They're gonna take a spoon and they're gonna stir it until it starts to come together.
Okay.
And then they're gonna work it with their hands. So the key
Oh,
with this
you had
is
it.
you want to be very delicate when you're working it with your hands because you want to be
Okay.
careful not to overknead it. It's the opposite of bread dough where you kind of want to beat the shit out of it.
You've got to be prepared for this.
This, you want to be really delicate.
Dough is like plants. Talk to it. Let it know you care.
While they're doing that, I'm going to mix in 1
Yeah.
teaspoon of cinnamon and Michael's chocolate chips.
I want them to say
I
work it.
said before that I like chunks better than chips, but we didn't have enough chunks, so we used Michael's chips.
It's okay. I was just commenting that it's an exciting time to be alive in the times of the chunks and the chips.
Okay, so at this
The
point,
chunks and the
let's get some of
chips.
this dry stuff.
Chips are the chunks. Chunks.
You're gonna want to take this whole last thing, put it here, and just gently shape it into a circle.
So close. I'm sure they were going to say work it.
You're fine.
I was ready for it.
I was ready.
I'll help
Oh,
you
look
shape
at that.
it.
Mound
It
of
takes a little bit
dough
of
and
practice.
chips and chunks.
So kind of you.
You know, I might make this
I'm
app.
incredibly generous.
Scones are
And
delicious.
selfless.
They are.
And humble.
Wow, brag much?
I don't actually. It's because I'm so humble.
She's also very good at red lights.
I'm really sorry. Okay.
Wait, that's a red light.
I mean, I do think you need to apologize
For those who
now.
don't know, I accidentally was an asshole passenger to Rob today, and he won't let me forget it. I just want to make sure he saw the red light. Honestly, it looks like it's in really good shape. We're gonna fold it over a couple times and just make sure everything is nice and incorporated.
I'm preheating the oven to 350 degrees. That involves me turning the dial
Oh my god.
and having
It
the
sounds like
numbers.
me when I tried to explain to you how to drive through a red light or drive through a light, a traffic light, earlier today, Rob. 2, 3. Woo! There we go.
Woo!
Okay. So we're gonna spread it out a little bit.
That
And
fried
then we're gonna
peas.
just cut it into pieces.
You want me
So
to
much
do it?
great music in this.
Yes,
Just feel like the practice.
we're throwing it back.
I just don't want to screw it up.
You won.
You'll be fine.
Are you sure?
You can't screw it up any more than Michael screwed up Missy Elliott's orchid.
That is
Pour it
fair.
all. We did it.
We finally did it. We were ready the whole time.
Well,
Just-
Goodbye,
put your
everyone.
whole body in front
Good
of
night.
the
That's it.
that's it.
I'm just trying.
Oh, they're doing wedges? Is that what they're called?
Someone say I'm clever because I do comedy at Improv Boston, where you could donate money at improvboston.com and click on donate.
You could.
Carolyn, I like how
You still can.
Yeah, you still can do
you're
that.
on
Yes.
camera while I'm doing all this work.
Isn't that your dynamic though?
Didn't I just do all of the other work?
That's fair.
It's what we've
Okay,
come to know and love.
brush it with the cream.
I would love to brush it with the
Can you do me a huge favor? Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Just
Someone say I'm a scone artist.
Who said that?
Mm.
Me.
I'm literally just gonna take a handful,
Mm.
Precision.
and we're good. We're gonna pop it in the oven for about 35 minutes. Okay, are we ready?
Stop signs are
Fuck
awful.
yeah,
Fine.
fuck yeah. We're gonna take the scones out now.
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah!
Yes.
Holy
The-
Bam!
Oh, those
Bam!
Holy shit!
those expanded quite a bit.
Oh,
Caroline.
scones! What?
Caroline.
Bam!
wow.
Was not expecting them to be that big.
They're swole! Swole scones!
We are all gonna try the cinnamon chocolate scones that me, Carolyn, and Michael contributed to.
There's something very Little House on the Prairie.
Shot of that?
They're really, yes.
Scone! Oh, scone she better do.
Going home.
Honestly, I don't.
you don't like the
The
scone?
scone is great. The ones are not.
You can scone your own way. We'll scone you later.
Oh my god.
Please help. SOS.
Why such scone?
Improv Boston. Please help me.
Oh, excellent. We've got some shout outs. Fantastic. To
What a
Missy.
wonderful throwback that was.
Yes, it was. Oh, and I'm excited to catch up with them all. As their beautiful household, they've moved to different places. They've started new things with their lives, and we get to catch up with it. It's like having children. You watch them go off into the world and bake new things. I assume that's what you do with kids.
Yes, you raise them
Yes.
to a point, or bake them to a point. Then you open the oven, which is the front door of your house.
Yes.
And you
say, fuck yes, fuck yes.
Fuck yes, fuck yes, and let them go and see what they create.
Absolutely.
I think that's how it works. Makes sense to me.
It makes sense to me. I believe so. And, sometimes you're like, wow, those are some big scone children.
Yes.
Put a lot into that. Fantastic. So those are a couple of our favorite clips. I love those. I could fall asleep listening to the ASMR of Benton undoing.
Yes.
I guess it's not ASMR if it's light jazz, is it? Because I'd have to keep my eyes open.
Yes, it's not ASMR, but it's definitely sort of. Have you ever heard of a sleep story? I'm sure Julie has told you about sleep stories.
Sleep stories.
It's almost like sleep music in a way.
Yes, visual sleep music.
Dan Chapper has a good question. When do children become stale?
Almost immediately done, Jabba. Almost.
Once they're out, they pretty much go stale. And they get really stale if they stay in the oven too long. For example, if they live at home for too long, they get very stale.
Very stale, yes.
But
rusty.
They can always be fixed. You can cut some of the crust off. There's always soft child underneath. Sometimes analogies go too far, but it makes sense.
Also, I would like to just take this moment to say that while maybe the metaphor of cutting mold off of your children, maybe you find some value in that, do not cut mold off of things and eat it. There is mold throughout that whole scone. Not a child scone, real scone.
Yes, real scones. If you see mold, throw the whole thing away. You can't cut it off and eat it. That's not safe.
Not safe. Yes. I don't know. We've gotten lost in our woodland metaphors. Woodland of metaphors. Oh, goodness.
Someone is saying hello.
Hello, it's dear Bella, who we've all come to know and love on this channel. I'm trapped here.
Oh,
no. But no longer, in fact. Now that we're getting vaccinated, we're able to venture out into the world a little bit. And it makes me very glad and also a little nostalgic for the very first baking show. And I would love to bring in one of our beloved guests, now a host of the show, and rewatch Cat and Loaf's very first episode.
Oh, very good. So should we bring in Cat and Loaf or bring up the video? I'm sorry. Normally I'm behind the scenes not talking.
Listen, we are getting loosey-goosey. The masks are coming off both of our faces and of the facade of our show. As you will. Yes, we're doing fantastic. I would say I'm going to bring in Cat and Loaf. Hello, Cat and Loaf.
Hello, Gwen. Hello, Mike.
Hello.
Oh, goodness. And if Mike would like to bring up your first episode, Cat.
Yes.
Watch your very first episode.
Oh, what a throwback. I'm very excited.
And I'll never forget, we're going to see, Julie and I as well, this was when mayonnaise was very, very much a surprise. The very first time.
But now we're going to be joined by one of our new contestants in our tent, Kat. Let's check in and see what Kat is baking. Hello, Kat.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kat, and this is my sous chef Loaf here with me today.
You are consistent.
Hello,
look at that. The same apron,
Loaf says
consistency.
hello.
Same kitchen, consistency.
Same background,
Now,
new
today,
ring
I
light.
must confess,
Very
I was
good.
going to be assembling something together. I did my cooking yesterday.
Oh,
I-
so smart.
I hope that's all right. And it's also, I didn't quite use the oven either. I did cook it on the stove top. But today I'm going to be assembling one of my favorite decadent desserts that I make. What I love about it is that it's easily customizable depending on your mood. So to start off, I have a nice chocolate pudding base.
Ooh.
Look at how hopeful I was.
Oh,
Now, like with any
so
parfait,
innocent, and
you
the
can
innocence in
layer
yours
as
and
many
Julie's
layers
eyes.
as you'd like. I'm going to start with a nice
Truly.
solid base of chocolate because I'm
Truly.
just feeling decadent.
And if you look in the
my
video,
one tip
the
about
mayo's
making
right
pudding
there on the
the
counter.
stove
It's
is you
right
wanna make
there.
it extra creamy, use evaporated milk instead of regular
You've
milk.
blown my mind.
Oh,
It wasn't even being hidden.
you learn
The
something new
call
every
was
day.
coming from
You
inside
do
the
multiple
house.
times a day.
It was
She just pulled a
mayonnaise all
spatula out
along.
of her apron, and a coordinated
Well
one,
done, good rep.
nevertheless.
Did you paint your kitchen to match the apron, or did you choose the apron to match the kitchen?
Well, I must confess my apron came first, but it was very inspiring as to what color to choose my kitchen. So you see here, this is the first layer. It's just maybe about an inch thick. I don't want to go too crazy with the layers right now. Now, one
Little
of my
did we
favorite
know how
things to
crazy
do
she'd go.
is just,
Yes.
you know, mix the sweet with the
Truly,
tangy.
off the
So
deep end
today my
into the
second
pool
layer
of
is
mayo.
going to be Heaven's Light mayonnaise to really give taste.
This was unexpected.
Yes, the twists and turns of quarantine.
At the
I
time,
cannot wait to see you savor this on camera.
Yes, delicious.
This is one of my favorite combinations.
So, is there an inch of the mayonnaise as well?
What's the
Oh,
ratio?
why would you encourage it?
It's about here. I'm going to add a little more. Some of it's sinking to the bottom, so I
Okay.
really want to add a little bit extra to make sure there's that layer effect. So
Yes, if one goes mayo, one must make it a layer.
absolutely, I'm gonna just keep going. I'm sorry for the noise, but
Evolution of accent.
Part of it.
stop the mayo.
I'm enthralled.
So we have a little bit, you see the mayo there, some nice swirls. You know, creativity is so important in isolation, you know?
It's like a little dressing on the side, you
Yeah.
know, some decor.
And you know, I'm just going to do a little bit of chocolate on top because I don't want to cover the mayo up too much. So we're just
God
going to do
forbid.
a little layer on
No.
the top. And I'm feeling a little bit like raspberries today. So I have some raspberries.
I do love
here.
raspberries.
I'm going to
You know, when you said you were putting mayonnaise in, I thought, well, I hope she adds raspberries. Nothing
Yes.
goes better.
Oh,
I'm going to do 4 raspberries on top. 1 for you, Gwen. 1 for you, Julie. 1 for me, and 1 for Loaf.
Always very
Perfection.
considerate.
Oh, throw my spoon.
Is there anything you don't have in that apron?
Oh, well, extra spatula just in case.
always come prepared.
Yes. Are you ready for me to eat this delicious parfait?
So
I
ready.
have never been more ready.
You know,
So
we are-
one.
Get in there deep.
Yeah.
Oh yes. You see, there's that nice layer of mayonnaise.
I do. Indeed, I do.
I need to get it all in. Mmm. Oh, it's delicious. Eat it with extra mayonnaise in this bite. Mmm.
Ooh,
Mmm.
I believe you.
I definitely believe you.
And so the journey
I want to
began.
continue this
So it
parfait for the
began.
show. But thank you so
Absolutely.
much for having me on. Do you have any questions while I'm
Oh.
sitting here?
Well, I'd love to know so our theme, you know, the quarantine, what does this mean to you as comfort food?
For me, it's just being able to balance whatever flavors just give me the most comfort at that time. You know, sometimes I go just chocolate. I've mixed blueberries in before. I never thought I'd like that combination, but blueberries and chocolate are actually quite tasty.
That is the weirdest part of this, would be blueberries and chocolate.
Nothing else. Nothing
Nothing
else
else.
stands out.
No.
Well, Kat, thank you so much for your time today. Enjoy
Yes.
your concoction.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Kat,
Oh,
Legendary.
legendary. And you bring us comfort and excitement and lots of feelings. So we're excited to see, started from, I don't want to say the bottom, started from March 2020 which might be a synonym now for the bottom. And it brings us to today.
What a journey it has been. And I feel like over the different shows, I've really shown you what a refined palate mayonnaise can be, and how you can incorporate it in so many different ways.
Very true. Very true.
Yes, so many. We've had mayonnaise flambe.
I think that might have been one of the highlights of the mayonnaise.
It absolutely was.
I usually have the benefit of not being on screen watching you eat mayonnaise, because I like mayonnaise on a sandwich. I like mayonnaise on a chip. But mayonnaise and pudding, seeing it again, I'm on board. I'm a convert. Thank you. Yes. You look so happy, and it made you happy, which means it's the right thing.
Thank you, Mike.
Lovely sentiment. Also, Mike, for a second, you sounded like the Dr. Seuss of mayonnaise. I like mayonnaise on a sandwich. I like mayonnaise on a chip.
I put mayonnaise in my hand. I keep mayonnaise on my hip.
Ooh, I think we need to put something together.
Oh, maybe a Dr. Seuss mayo book.
You know,
the places you'll mayo.
Oh, the places you'll mayo. Oh, Kit, I meant to send you this actually, but I'll just tell you now that I did see that, oh goodness, it's not Hellman's. I think it might be Heinz was having a mayonnaise competition. Some sort of making a mayonnaise lover video. And I thought, my God, they've found us.
I think it actually was Kraft, because you're not the only one who thought of me when seeing that promotional campaign.
I hope to see you on the big screen.
I think Loaf and I, if we can pull together some of the recipes from the baking challenge over the year, I think we have a good shot at really pushing the boundaries of what mayonnaise can be used for. And I think the marketing team's going to eat that up.
I couldn't agree more. In fact, look, this is it right here. Look at that.
Oh my goodness, we found it.
Prove your love to win the next Kraft mayo endorsement.
I'll say that sounds a little bit like a toxic relationship, Kraft mayonnaise, but that's all right. Mayo endorsement, absolutely. Do we want to see what the thing is? What's the video?
Let's find out.
We're going rogue.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to make sure I share. I've got to share the audio as well.
Yeah.
So that way we can hear the video, because it already started with lots of music in my ear, and I was very excited.
Lots of music.
Oh.
All right,
well,
here we go.
Kraft is getting musical.
I guess I was always just hungrier than everyone else.
221 games attended.
From the moment I picked up a spoon, I just knew.
$8 per inning ratio.
He's eating mayo straight out of the jar. Who is this guy?
67,000 weirded out people. One totally ruined tank top.
Teaming up with the smoothest spread on the planet. This is what mayo dreams are made of. I am the Mayo Man, and I'm signing with Kraft Mayo.
Mayo Man is back, and he's hungrier than ever. Do you have what it takes to win the next Mayo endorsement? Prove it.
You know what, Kit? I think you do have what it takes. Yes. No shade. Well, a little shade. Not as much as a Lauren Chapman cast shade or the Quarantine Kitchen cast shade, rightfully so, on their recipes. But eating mayo with a spoon out of a jar? Please, this woman is eating mayo off of gelatin.
And I did eat mayonnaise with a spoon out of a bowl.
That's true.
But I think it's taking that extra step, combinations with other things that'll set me apart from this Mayo Man.
Yes, absolutely. Well, you have a new preparation for us. We have another Loaf Loves for this month.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
Very exciting.
For the month of Mayo.
That's right. We did miss that it was going to be Mayo month, so I can only imagine that Loaf must love something great.
Celebration!
Oh my goodness.
So
What does that mean?
Oh, what does it mean? I will tell you. So celebrations, I wanted to put together a celebratory cocktail as we sort of wrap up the show, both this month and next. So I wanted to provide the recipe this week, show you how it tastes, and then next week people can sip their own mayonnaise cocktail while we watch and celebrate next month, not next week.
A mayo cocktail, you say?
Yes. It was partially inspired. So one of my parents found these or saw an advertisement for these and had to get them. It's Dirty Cookie. It's basically a decorate your own cookie shot glass. Sorry, we had the unrefined kitchen on earlier, so we're definitely not children friendly this month.
No, not.
So they basically are these little shot glasses here made out of cookies that you can decorate. So I have 4 of the flavors here today. We have churro flavored, red velvet, chocolate, and then your chocolate chip. And it comes with little things you can decorate it with, which will be super fun. But I first wanted to get Gwen or Mike, what flavor of shot glass should I have for today?
Ooh.
Mike, do you have a preference?
I've always been very, very a big fan of red velvet.
You know me as well. A red velvet, a good red velvet that's actually chocolatey is hard to beat.
Very true.
Red velvet it is then. And as part of the instructions, they ask you to microwave it for 7 seconds. Because on the inside, there's a layer of like chocolate, basically, to keep the liquid from seeping into the cookie, but also so you could adhere things to it for decoration. So I'm going to
inside.
Yes.
Oh.
So I'm going to watch, because I'm only going to put it in for 7 seconds, but it's faster just to watch it like this and end it a little early. So just a little bit. It's actually not very warm, but we're going to do it live.
Doing it live.
Do it live.
Do it live. We're off the rails today. And so for the cocktail part of it, we're going to start with the base. So obviously mayonnaise is the base of the cocktail. And I'm going to just spoon it in. It's a little too thick just to pour in by itself, which is why I'm going to blend it with a little bit of milk and some other flavorings to give it a little bit of that cocktail flavor. So I'm really not entirely sure how much I should add to get the right consistency, so we're just going.
It might be too much. It might be.
It's possible.
I mean, it depends on how much it needs to blend in the blender. Because I just have one of these little magic bullets here. So, well, we'll leave it at that. And then I have a splash of milk. And since we're doing red velvet, I think I'll add a little bit of chocolate sauce to the base as well. So we'll just add a little bit. I'll have to do maybe a taste or two to make sure I've got the ratio correctly.
Yeah, you've got to make sure. You've got to be sure that the ratio is right.
And I'm going to mute myself very briefly.
All right. Cat is muted. She is muted while she blends. While she blends. Blend, 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 blend.
We have made several bangers today, I feel.
We really have.
But I know we created them.
All right. So in terms of what we've blended, it is pretty thick. So I'm going to add a little bit more milk, just so it pours a little bit better. But I am going to be mixing this with the cocktail part. So I do want it to be a little thick, or on the thicker side. just so the alcohol will dilute it down to more pourable texture as well.
Now, here a thought I have. A thought I have is the mayo going to curdle?
Ooh,
Will
good question.
it curdle?
It is not. It's actually blended pretty well. Curdling is usually, or the milk would have potentially curdled if there was a lot of acid in it. But the mayonnaise in and of itself, because it's coming from a jar, I think with the preservatives and that aspect of it, it's not going to curdle. The mayonnaise especially isn't going to curdle.
Okay, I see.
That's a good question. I had the same thought.
Yes. I had an image in my head and it was unappealing.
So we're a better consistency now. It's
Good.
like it's a shake, but it can swirl around pretty easily. So I'm going to add, I have found this cute little container that I'm going to use. Ooh, let's do the hand thing. Cute little container that I'm going to add. So I have a nip of Bailey's here.
Oh.
That's going to be the alcoholic portion of the cocktail. Cheers. And then add the mayonnaise mixture. And that it's I'm on a new webcam and I don't like the white balance. There's a little bit of swirling action going on, but it's not curdling, so we are okay.
Swirl, not curled.
Just gonna shake it up.
Put that on a shirt.
Sell it. Money makers.
Gonna do a pre-sip.
All right.
Pre-sip. We're pre-gaming here.
Delightful tang there at the end, with the overtones of everything else. But we're going to decorate our shot glass first. So the kit that we got came with little things that you can.
Oh yes, you see that the rainbow.
I turned my ring light off. Is that just going to look better? Yes, we are
there you go.
doing it live. So there's a little unicorn here, and then we have a rainbow.
Oh.
So I'm going to use a little bit of the mayonnaise that I have left over here. Do a little dot.
Like a glue.
Yes.
That's what I think of when I think of mayonnaise. Like a glue.
Oh, look at that. It's holding.
Wow.
A nice unicorn. It's nice and solidly on there.
Is that made
mayonnaise?
Is that made of a sugar paste?
Yes, it's very much the very like just sugar and food coloring sort of hard candy. I wouldn't say it's the most top notch that you'd find in a boutique candy store, but they are very cute.
They are indeed. All right.
And so to finish us off, we're going to pour in, and this is why I wanted to make it in a separate container first, is because I want to make sure I didn't overflow.
Good call.
The shot glass itself. So I believe it's time for bottoms up.
Oh.
Bottoms up indeed. Take your mayo.
There you go.
And now
just eat the shot glass.
Eat it.
There will be
no waste at all. Speaking of no waste,
I was waiting for it.
Yeah,
there's mayonnaise on this spatula, and I wouldn't want that to go to waste. So we'll top off this cocktail with a little bit of extra mayonnaise.
Take that, Mayo Man. We see your mayonnaise, and we raise you a mayonnaise cocktail, and then eating the mayo right off the spoon with the glass.
And I'm gonna go for the unicorn.
Oh, just mayo and sugar.
For each other.
A classic combination.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, still going. We're still.
You don't want to.
There's still
no waste. No wasted mayo.
No wasted mayo. Oh my goodness. Well,
at this point, I may as well just lick the spatula.
Well, you know what they say, just a spoonful of mayo helps the medicine come up quickly.
Yes, I believe they do say that. It's the sequel to Mary Poppins is very upsetting.
It's very dark.
It's very dark.
Put that as an epilogue in our Dr. Seuss mayonnaise book.
There you go.
Yes, that will be an epilogue in the book. Very good. How is the red velvet? Is it good?
It is. I like the combination of the white chocolate and the red velvet.
All right. Well, white chocolate and mayonnaise, maybe not that different after all. Awesome. On that note, I think we do hope that out there you will join us next month. Maybe you make a celebratory mayo cocktail. Maybe you just make yourself a baked good or pour yourself your beverage of choice. But we are going to celebrate 1 year. You've made it. We've made it. It looks like it's going to be a wonderful summer. So we will see you next month, third Sunday of the month on Great Baking Bash. Thank you so much to my car for being here.
Happy to be here. And my regular voice just came back.
Wow.
My apologies. I know it's I've never been British. No, I was very excited, Gwen, to sit down with you in the show, and of course to work again with Kat. I can't wait till next month to say a fond farewell to this wonderful show, and I hope you'll all join us. I'll be back behind the camera, and Julie will be back in her rightful place alongside Gwen in the tent.
Yes. We'll see you in the tent. Beautiful. Ta-ta.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, goodness.